Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with the Dwarves blind. Now, last time the game has kicked my butt royally for like 20 times in quick succession, but I managed to push through it in the end, although I had to begrudgingly enlist the help of Andokai to do that. So let's continue.
On the other side of the gate, the hordes of Tion are slowly drawing themselves together into an organized army. You must hurry, so that all the orcs find when they attack is an empty forge.
Okay, I'm just looking around.
The sight of the undead dwarves who saved you makes you feel melancholy. You knew there were no living fifthlings left, but the fact that they had spent the last 1,000 cycles as undead makes this truth even more painful.
To be honest, that's actually pretty heroic of them and pretty hardcore, because they were risen by this evil force, but instead, you know, against their will. But instead of serving it, they decided to basically use its force against it, and utilize the fact that they can still oppose it.
You are very thorough, Honorable Mager. I should have asked the orc to hit me on the mouth, so that you could have kissed me back into the world.
Fair damsels only kiss brave warriors.
An actor can be many things, including a warrior.
That is true, but your privates have fought so many battles throughout the land that I couldn't trust that their bearer wouldn't switch sides as soon as an opportunity arises. Stick with the women who adore you, actor.
You smirk. It would seem that Rodario is in good health. You don't need to worry about him.
Yeah, but isn't the jewelsmith dead? We kind of needed him to forge Keenfire, so I wonder if we will wait for the perished land to raise him as an undead, and then enlist his help to actually do it.
You have traveled far with Djerun, but you still don't know what is hidden behind the mask. The longer you look at him, the more you believe you can see a weak glow behind the steel face.
You're wondering what is hidden behind the mask.
You sound as though you know.
When I was little, my mother told me about a being, the king of all creatures of Tion and Samusin. It wrestles with the strong and destroys the weak and incapable. His eyes are said to glow blue-violet, and the sight of him is enough to scare off the weakest. All fear him, the son of Samusin.
You aren't sure whether the Mager is joking with you. Would she really travel with the son of her god? The Mager leaves you with a meaningful smile.
Well, I doubt he's a son of a god. He can be killed, clearly enough. He has died a couple of times. When I failed. So I am not sure I buy that.
Tungdil, I must ask you for a favor. When you get out of here, let Boindle know that I forgive him for what he did.
He won't believe me. You should tell him yourself.
The time is not right. Just tell him I understood that he loved my sister just as much as I did. I hated losing her, so I also hated the one who wielded the axe. But I don't want to die hating him.
Your confused expression prompts the stonemason to continue.
I set off to look for a glorious end to life. The time has come. I will stay here and cover you so you can get away.
You don't like the idea of leaving another of your companions behind. You want to change his mind, but he doesn't let you speak.
Don't try to change my mind. I made my decision several orbits ago. Thank you for allowing me to prove my worth, Tungdil Gold Hand.
Okay. But we still need to forge the axe first.
You seem depressed. Should we let a couple of orcs through the gate?
You expect a quick retort, but Boindil says nothing for quite a while.
I have been thinking about what Vracus's vision might have been when he brought together so many different people. Each has contributed towards the forging of Keenfire. We would never have set off without you. We couldn't make it without the craftsmen. We wouldn't have made it through all the orcs without the actors. And finally, the pointy ear will wield Keenfire against evil. We're the best group for this expedition. The only group who can do it.
You have forgotten yourself and your brother. You forged a way through row upon row of our foes where others would have given up.
Boindil gives you a nod, already half lost in his thoughts again. As you approach Narmora, she is lost in thought, massaging her wrists. She contributed a bracelet made of teonium to complete the unusual alloy needed for Keenfire.
The bracelet was a present from my mother to protect me from the powers of good. Well, as it would seem, I am on the other side now. I've no use for it.
Hopefully you won't become too good. Keenfire can only be wielded by a foe of the dwarves.
You smile at her encouragingly, and she reciprocates your glance. Both of you know that the Alfar will always be enemies of the dwarves.
Yeah, I still don't buy it though. I think that Tungdil is a thirdling, and it will be him who will wield the sword. I mean the axe, rather.
The Magister Technicus looks up from his work.
Ah, Tungdil, look what I found. Here. There are narrow steps on the walls of the chimney, and if you look right up to the top, you can see the blue of the sky.
Very good. That could be our way out once Keenfire is finished.
Okay, but King Gandogar is here as well. I would like to talk to him.
He stood against the orc without hesitation, even though he knew he was no match for it.
I was happy when you chose Goimgar, because I thought I knew how much of an artist and how little of a dwarf he was. But he proved that he was more of a dwarf than I reckoned.
What will you do when this is over? Do you still plan to go to war against the elves?
The elves' betrayal is absolute. They are to blame for the destruction of the Fifthlings, and for the death of my father and my brother. I will never be able to forgive them.
There was no betrayal by the elves. I am Glandolin Hammerstrike of the Clan of the Striking Hammers, and I, unlike you, was present on that dark day as the stone gateway fell through the betrayal of a dwarf.
A dwarf?
It was Glandolin Strongarm of the Clan of the Strong Arms who uttered the incantation for the first time and unlocked the gate. He surrendered our land to their hordes. He was the one who showed the Elfar a secret path into our tunnels, so they could attack us from behind and poison us. We were struck down with a mysterious fever.
I don't understand.
He was a thirdling, a dwarf killer, who stole into our clan and masked himself as one of us to bring about our downfall. He died at my hand, but he rose again at the power of the perished land and uttered the secret words a second time.
Did you hear that? It wasn't the elves, it was a dwarf. How much do you believe in Bislipur and his proof now when there's a dwarf standing here who was witness to it?
Why doesn't he answer? Like, I thought he would have said something.
Several smiths could work on masterpieces of metalworking at the same time here. The Fifthlings have always been the best smiths, and you can hardly imagine what kind of amazing legendary pieces must have been created on these anvils.
I guess he's mulling over those words.
Fergus pointed out the chimney as a possible escape route. You only hope that you will get to use it. You look at Balyndis's sweaty skin, her muscles, and her hair. When you become aware of what you are doing, you stammer.
Can I help in any way?
I think the knot is coming in.
She indicates to her back with a short nod of her head. She smiles at you radiantly.
Thank you for your help.
You feel you're melting in her smile, like steel in the forge.
Of course, you're welcome.
Okay, that's because I'm assuming that's like that they're flirting. Well, I'm not assuming that. That's kind of clear. But what I'm assuming is it's like a beginning of a romance subplot or something, which came a little bit out of nowhere, and I find it, in a way, I find it disconcerting that this is literally, well, I guess she isn't the only dwarf woman in the party or in the game, because as far as companions went, there was Geralda, but I guess she was kind of, she had major PTSD. She was addicted. She looked like a corpse and all that. So I don't think I'm not entirely sure if she counts, but I find it a little bit like uncomfortable that there's like pretty much one regular dwarf woman in the party, and the protagonist like has to romance her or something. It seems like this because I didn't even have a choice in the matter. He just went for it.
King Gislebert and I still can't believe that I've met you in person.
My time passed long ago. Do people still talk about me?
You think for a moment about how to answer. Many blame the Fifthlings, and thus their progenitor, for the extent the Perish land has advanced.
Your name is not forgotten.
The nod of the king's head is barely noticeable.
The beasts are preparing to attack.
You look at the solid iron doors and their fittings, which are protected by the runes of Vracus.
Didn't you say the furnace is safe?
Long enough. We will hold the gates for as long as necessary, at any cost. But you must be aware of what awaits us.
Keep them at bay until we have forged the axe.
Okay, so he is healed, so I can take him. I'm definitely taking Bavragor because he's pretty much awesome. I guess I can take her as well. The rest, I presume, are busy actually, making the axe.
Yes? On my way.
Yes! Yeah, why not? What is it? Prepare yourself! He won't last long. Taste my hammer!
What? On my way. Good. At once.
Huh? Attack! Understood. On my way. Understood. Bavragor! I can't do that yet.
Bit too many over here.
And again.
What is it? Who's next?
I need some help.
Killed. Yes? Attack!
Vile creature. And what now?
What?
Huh? Bavragor!
Okay, it seems the game is kind of bugged. Okay, I don't think I'm doing any damage. And the enemies are like derping out. Like, look at this guy, for example.
What is it?
I'm not sure if this can be helped. I would prefer not to have to restart.
Huh?
Don't take it personally. And what now?
But I might have to. 'Cause look at this. This is kind of ridiculous.
What?
I don't think this is working as intended at all. I'm not doing...
Yes?
I don't think I'm even doing any damage. And I cannot move.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oink oink, little piggies!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to restart.
Huh?
Yes. What's up?
Huh? On my way.
Taste my hammer! Prepare yourself! Don't take it personally. What is it? I'm not that quick! Hold your horses, all right? Slowly, slowly. Not like this.
Huh?
Not
Understood.
like this. Disgust.
Huh?
Ow! Hey!
I need some help. Not quick enough.
Hey, cheeky! Don't take it personally.
Huh? At once.
A bit too much for you, was I? Hey! Bit too many over here!
Huh? Killed.
No! Too soon! Slowly, slowly! Don't take it personally.
On my way. Attack! Understood. On my way.
Looking for enemies? They're all here! Not like this. Not like this.
Okay, Bavragor is awesome. I have to concede that point. Like,
Killed.
he has literally been holding them all by simply tanking them?
Don't take it personally.
Vile creature. And again.
No,
At once.
too soon.
Kill.
Disgusting.
Yes? On my way. Bavragor! At once.
What's up? A bit too much for you, was I? Taste my hammer.
Creature. On my way. Yes?
Let's go.
Understood. Yes?
Of course. Prepare yourself. Yeah. Looking for enemies? They're all here.
Yes?
Yeah. Hey!
Attack!
Too many over here!
Okay, there's 3 more orcs somewhere around here.
Let's go!
On my way.
Why not?
At once.
Of course!
On my way.
Go.
At
Of
once.
course!
Understood.
Let's go.
Yes? And again. At once. Vile creature. Bavragor!
That's it. We've done it.
May I?
Of course. If it weren't for you, it would never have been forged.
The axe that will banish evil from Girdlegard. Now it all makes sense. All those cycles of perseverance, of fighting, the agony of being undead. Thanks and honor be to Vrakas. Tell the clans that we never gave up. The Fiftlings fought against evil for as long as they could. Here, keep this as a memento.
Your gift is too generous.
From what I have come to know of you, you deserve it more than any other. Just promise me one thing, Tungdil Goldhand. Rebuild my kingdom once you have freed Girdlegard and driven out the pestilence. Don't leave my kingdom to the creatures of Tion.
And if he's with the Firstlings or in Porista?
I tell you, Noddon is still trying to crack Ogre's death. We should go back there first.
Why don't we ask them?
Ha! Oink oink, little piggies!
Stop! We've got to question one of them.
I knew it! Piggy thief!
Where is your master, Orc? Where is Noddon?
Why should I tell you that, groundling?
The choice is yours. Either you discuss it with me, with Djerun, or with Boindil. Who's it to be?
The master isn't Black Saddle. He's going to destroy the groundlings hiding there.
The stronghold on Black Saddle? There aren't any dwarves left there.
There are. They fled there and the master has surrounded them. It's just a matter of time until...
This all sounds very bad indeed, Scholar!
We must go to Black Saddle. There's nothing for it. If our friends have lured Noddon there, then we have to use this opportunity and strike him down with Keenfire.
Ah, there he is! Noddon!
Come on, let's go. We have to stop him. Narmora, stay out of this and defend Keenfire.
It is always a pleasure to run into you, Tungdil Goldhand. I've been waiting for you and your companions for a while now, and it would seem we have caused you a few losses.
This ends here, Sinthoras.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Leave none of them alive.
Okay, I'm taking him. I'm taking Bavragor for sure. And I guess Gandogar is pretty powerful as well. Oh, no, wait, Bavragor stayed, right? To defend against the undead because he didn't want to be undead anymore. So I guess I'll take Balyndis.
Yes? Agreed.
Huh?
Huh? I'm with you. Huzzah! I'm with you. Girdle guard is ours.
Understood.
I wonder what does that show? Are
Yes?
those like the orc lieutenants or something?
And what now?
Huh? At once.
Well?
Uh-huh.
Just die. What is it? Yes, yes, so.
Yes? At once. Please wait a moment.
What do you need? Sure.
Huh?
Yes? Good plan.
Creature.
Yes.
Killed.
Come on.
Uh-huh.
What is it? Oink, oink, little piggies!
What do you need? Yes?
Huh? Yes.
Understood. At once.
Plan.
I guess it might be some kind of an orc general. Oh no, it's like a musician, I guess, responsible for keeping morale, maybe.
What do you need?
Uh-huh. Understood. End it.
I have Boendar. Give me a hand. What is it? Oink, oink, little piggies! Make your do.
Yes?
Well?
They're hitting me pretty hard!
What is it?
Girdle guard is ours. And what now?
I need help over here,
so
quickly!
Well?
Uh-huh.
I just need a little rest.
What do you need? Sure.
Right.
Makes
All right,
sense.
Well?
Huh? Understood.
Yes?
Hmm? Right.
Okay, this is starting to get too much.
Just die.
Good plan.
And again.
Okay, it's really annoying to chase after them.
Yes?
Gandogar is ours. Over here, I need support.
Yes?
This is not going to
Bavragor. Makes sense.
work.
I have carried out my duty.
Yes, agreed. All right then. Right. Bavragor.
On my way. Understood. At once.
Oh, that's it. I'm
On my
done.
way. Understood. On my way. Understood. Please wait a moment.
Good plan.
Okay, where is
Makes sense.
Sinthoras?
Sure.
Frick. Okay, that didn't work.
Yes? Good plan.
He hardly put up a fight.
Yes?
Huh? Come here, you. Huzzah! I'm with you. Come here, you. Yes, yes.
What do you need?
I'm with you.
What is it? Bavragor. Just a moment. What do you need?
Of course. Yes, yes. Of course. I'm with you. What is it?
Fought well and yet lost.
Huh? Huh?
Yes? Sure. Right away.
And what now?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I was expecting more of a battle. Good plan. Makes sense.
Yes?
Well?
And again.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
Yes? Good plan. Sure. Fought well and yet lost. Good plan. Okay, this is starting to get too much. Good plan.
Vile creature. Huh?
I'm with you.
Protect.
Of course. I'm with you. Of course. And what now?
Understood.
Just die.
Huh? Kill!
I wake up! Come here, you!
Huh?
Meet your doom.
And what now?
Yes?
Yeah!
Huh?
Yes?
Ow! Hey! Uh-huh. On my way. Attack!
Well, come on! No one can stop me!
Whoa. Keep going. We must reach the tower before more reinforcements arrive.
Hold it. If Noddon is here, then the perished land is here too, and no one wants to confront him again.
Oh, what have we got here? The long-lost son returns. I am glad that I met you here. I was afraid the elf wouldn't leave anything for me.
Bislipur, you return to the stronghold of your people, the stronghold of the Thirdlings.
Ah, you really are clever. Gunjabor and Balendalin took a lot longer to realize who I am, but then it was already too late for them.
I'll cut you into pieces, Thirdling.
Yeah, well, so that pretty much confirms, because he said something along the lines, a lost son returns. So I am a Thirdling, and it's weird that none of my companions commented on that fact. Especially Boyendil, seeing how he seemingly hates them so much. I might need to switch them though, because... I feel bad about it because this last moment should belong to the dwarves, but they are very injured. So I'll take Rodario and Narmora. Hopefully it's saved here as well.
Yeah?
Yes?
Aye.
Agreed. Girdle Guard is ours.
Huh? I need help over here, quickly.
Yes.
At your service.
Good.
Yes? And again.
Yeah. Well.
Huh?
What? In a moment. Good night.
Yes? End it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Huh?
Oh.
Huh? On my way.
Yes.
I can't do that yet.
Well.
At your service. Ah, I understand. Excellent choice. Another victory.
Well.
What? Good.
Okay, it's a little bit anticlimactic that Tungdil himself is down for this fight against Bislipur, but I'm not going to look a gifted horse in the mouth, provided I actually triumph in the end, which is actually still not that certain.
Over here, I need support.
What? Good. In a moment.
Well, right. For Vrakas.
Oh, this is going to be bloody.
Girdlegard is
I
ours.
understand.
I love
Over
you.
there, gladly. I understand.
Yes.
At your service. Excellent choice. Aye.
Well.
Yaha!
It's over, Bislipur. If you submit, Gandogar will...
I don't care about Gandogar! I just needed someone on the throne I could steer as I wish. War against the elves was the goal.
The kingdoms were to wear themselves out against the elves, then the children of Lorenburg would have had it easy. It was you who murdered Gandogar's father and brother, wasn't it?
I would never do anything like that to another dwarf! Ah! Fool! You have no idea who you really are.
Well, actually, I do. It wasn't the best twist, in my opinion. Like, it would have actually worked a lot better if a companion who was supposed to wield Keenfire was much more important to the plot. Like, if, for example, he or she would be with you from the beginning, like a reformed orc or something, then you could be kind of confused, and you could kind of weigh the possibility of him being the one to wield it in the climax, because it would be a nice subversion. But it also wouldn't feel forced necessarily, because he would be very developed, whereas Narmora, you know, she seemed very random. It all seemed like a very random idea. But even then, the whole concept of the dwarves developing a weapon that can only be used by their enemies is nonsensical. So overall, it was difficult to believe, even for a second, that it was Narmora that was supposed to wield it, and then it only left you, you know, with the deduction of if Tungdil is the protagonist, and he is, and he's supposed to be the most important to the story, then how can you, you know, change it around so that he turns out to be, quote unquote, technically an enemy of the dwarves, and then you arrived at the conclusion that he must be a thirdling. So that wasn't the best twist, in my opinion.
This is an historic moment. Faced with the ultimate evil, the races of Girdlegard join forces. I must write this down.
There's Noddon.
We must take Narmora up there, clear the way for her, and then end it, Narmora.
What? How can he still think that it's supposed to be her that must do it? That makes no sense. They pretty much spelled it out for him, that he's a thirdling, so that's kind of bullshit. Like, I think that's really stupid on the part of the game to still try and pathetically convince me that it is her that must wield Keenfire instead of me being a thirdling. So that's kind of weird and weak. But oh well.
Huh?
Ah, okay, so I have to protect her as she goes up.
And what now? I'm with you. Yes. Agreed.
Uh-huh. Bavragor!
Me!
What do you need?
Put up a fight!
Yes?
Huh? Oink, oink, little piggies! What is it?
Vile creature! Uh-huh. At once. On my way.
Well? Come on! Agreed.
What is it?
Girdlegard is ours!
Huh? Understood.
Hey, can someone
At
help
once.
me? What do you need?
And again.
I have carried out my duty.
Huh? Of course!
Meet your
I'm with you! Uh-huh. Understood.
And what now?
And again. Kill. Huh?
Yes.
Quick enough.
Oh. I killed her.
Yeah! What is it?
What is it? Sure.
And again.
Right away. Just a moment.
Vile creature. Uh-huh.
And what now?
Yes? Makes sense. Right away. Good plan. Protect.
Yes.
Yes. Girdle guard is ours. Come on.
Uh-huh.
What is it? Right. No one can stop me. Ow! Hey! Right. I just need...
Yes. At once.
Yeah!
Understood.
Well? Agreed.
Huh?
I can't do this on my own.
Bavragor!
Over here. I need support.
And again. Yes. End it.
My death.
On my way.
Yeah!
Bavragor! Understood. On my way. Understood. Attack! On my way. Understood. On my way. End it.
Yeah!
At once. Understood. Attack! At once. End it.
Good night.
Understood. Attack!
Yeah!
End it. Attack! Bavragor! Kill! And again. End it. Vile creature. They're hitting me pretty hard. Please wait a moment. At once. I can't do that yet. And again. Bavragor! Please wait a moment. Understood. Attack! At once. Understood. On my way.
Good night.
At once. Bavragor! Understood.
That's stupid.
Master, they have destroyed the siege tower. Andokai.
There's nothing you can do to harm her. I will take care of her myself.
Master, watch out!
I'll get the axe!
Well, so it's just him. And it was obvious for like... Well, okay, it was obvious for like the last 40 minutes. It was 120% obvious for the last 40 minutes. And it was mostly obvious for the last 3 to 4 hours, ever since they brought up the very idea of Narmora being the person who was supposed to do it. That's kind of stupid, actually. I wonder how they did it in the book.
Understood.
Like, if it was less obvious in the book. Where's the axe?
Understood.
And how do I pick it up?
Do you want this axe, brother?
I am not your brother, traitor.
We are both the same, Tungdil. We are both children of Lorimber, thirdlings.
I am not like you. You opened the gates of Ogre's death. You have murdered dwarves. I am not a thirdling. I am a fourthling.
Not like me, oh! It is our destiny to avenge ourselves on the others, Tungdil. And in Noddon we have finally found someone who can eliminate the other kingdoms for us.
You have put Girdlegard in the hands of evil just to...
No, not just, but precisely for that reason. To finally fulfill our destiny, as our kingdom has tried to do for thousands of cycles.
Enough! You are completely blinded. Yeah! Yeah! At once. And again. End it. I can't do that yet. Please wait a moment. Yeah! Bavragor! At once. I can't do that yet.
That was good training.
Gandogar is ours.
I need help over here.
Welcome to the future.
Attack! Force. At once. On my way. Yeah!
No.
Please wait a moment. And again. On my way.
A victory for technology.
There is no greater goal for either of us than destroying the other kingdoms. When they are gone, all of the ranges belong to us.
Don't talk as if it relates to me. I set off to stop Noddon and to save the Dwarven kingdoms in Girdlegard. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I can't be a thirdling.
Yes, you are one of us. I saw it immediately in the throne room of the Secondlings. How did you learn to fight so well in such a short time if you hadn't inherited it? Listen deep inside yourself and you will recognize the truth.
Bavragor.
If you kill me, you will destroy Girdlegard. You can't stop the danger from the west. Only I can do that. That's why I am uniting Girdlegard.
You haven't united Girdlegard under you. It has united against you. Your terror ends here and now. Huh?
Okay, hopefully it's saved.
Your demise was inevitable.
Yeah!
The downfall of Girdlegard will weigh upon your shoulders. You must let me live.
No, we will protect Girdlegard ourselves, just like we always have.
No!
Rakas!
This is a day of hope and optimism. Noddon is destroyed, and thus the power of the perished land is broken. We only managed to achieve this because the humans, the elves, and dwarven kingdoms forgot their hatred and stood strong together. Can there ever be a better sign for us to bury our feuds with each other? We have protected Girdlegard. Now, the hatred must be washed completely from our hearts. From this day on, we will write the chronicles of peace, compassion, and friendship. And here stands the dwarf who we all have to thank most of all, Tungdil Goldhand.
you can be proud of yourself.
Proud? That I am a thirdling?
You've saved all of us. It doesn't matter who you are. The only thing that counts is what you've done. Do you think there might have been a glimmer of truth in Noddon's words?
The danger from the west? With you by my side, I won't shy away from any danger, Balyndis.
We share our memories clear and bright. We walk as one, our lines are bound together. We share fate, we share one fate. We share fate.
Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, that song is pretty awesome. It's by Blind Guardian, so I'm going to post a link in the description to the to this song, because obviously right now I'm talking over it, so it's not possible to enjoy it, but it's pretty cool. So I'm going to link it in the description. But talking about the game, so first of all, that romance, I guess I was right. It was a budding romance between Tungdil and Balyndis, and I have to say, it came out of nowhere. It was really poorly done. I don't buy it at all. Like, it's not that it bothers me that they got together. What bothers me is that there were pretty much like 2 scenes, or actually it was only one scene, and they flirted with each other in the middle of a deserted stronghold overrun by tragic figures of undead warriors holding back the forces of everlasting darkness, and then in the end, it seems, in the outro they were already together. So I kind of call bullshit on how that was constructed, not necessarily on that it happened, but it was really poorly shown. And a lot of things in this game make me wonder how they did it in the book, and I'm going to look up whether this book, The Dwarves, is available in English, because it's actually a German book. It's by Markus Heitz, and if it is available in English, then I think I will actually read it, because obviously I am a very big fan of The Dwarves, but also now, having played the game, I wonder, how closely it retells the story of the book, which also I presume there is more than one book, and this only tells the first chapter, because it was very clear from the ending that it was only a first chapter. Noddon was talking about a danger from the west, and there was like a comet falling from the sky in the outro. So presumably that's some kind of a demon invasion or whatever. He was also already briefly touching on that when you first meet him near the vault of Lotionen, and already there I was commenting on whether his plan is actually to use the forces of evil against an even greater evil, as a kind of fight fire with fire philosophy. And I guess I was exactly spot on in that regard. So what do I think of the game? Well, it was exactly what I expected, which is it was very budget and it was rather mediocre, but I enjoyed it for what it did, mostly because of the subject matter, obviously. With me being such a big fan of the Dwarves, I was really happy to have a game that's dedicated mostly to them, and in which they all play, a major main role, as opposed to being relegated to the sidelines. And I think in that in that field, this game has kind of fulfilled what I wanted it to do, which is, because, to be honest, I don't mind most of the usual stereotypes about dwarves. In fact, I very much enjoy them. You know, I enjoy that dwarves have cool beards. I enjoy that sometimes even their women have beards. I enjoy that they are all about honor and a good fight and loyalty and all that. I enjoy all of those tropes, so it isn't necessary for me for a story to necessarily subvert those tropes or to do anything particularly unusual with them. What I wanted is to just have those regular fantasy dwarves at the forefront for once, instead of on the sidelines, and that is exactly what this game did. It did have a couple of interesting details. For example, I liked the fact that the secondlings actually ornamented their armor with regular carved stone as opposed to gemstones, because the secondlings were were masters of masonry, so they felt that carved stone represented their craftsmanship a lot better than jewels would. I also liked the idea how Tungdil, being a smith himself, when he received the armor, he felt the need to add something to it, to like work on it personally, add some embellishments, you know, or some ornaments, instead of just accepting it as a gift. And also the whole concept of undead dwarves being so badass that they subverted the evil power that brought them back in the first place was really cool, and I did enjoy that. Bavragor, for example, although that's more of a gameplay thing than a story thing, but I guess the gameplay in itself told a bit of a cool story, because he was a real MVP in that last part of the game. I don't think I would have gotten through it without him, and I really liked how unrelenting he felt, you know, getting back up over and over and over again. What else? Yeah, the game was... the music was actually quite cool. The music, it was a bit repetitive. I don't think there was many different themes, but what was there, I did enjoy that. So yeah, I might write something more. I don't have, you know, I don't know what else I can tell you at this moment. I might write something more, like a review or like a more detailed summary, and if I do, then I will write it down in the pinned comment below this last video. And if I don't, then I guess that's it. For what it's worth, I enjoyed this game. I didn't have to force myself to play it, and I had fun. It isn't, you know, it isn't spectacular or anything, but I wouldn't say it's horrible either. It's a pretty mediocre game, but for me personally, it was cool because it dealt with, you know, with dwarves and with subjects that I find personally interesting, which was an added bonus for me, which might not be a bonus for some other people. But yeah, it also, I guess, as also an added bonus, it made me interested in checking out the book to compare it to this game. So I will look up whether this book exists in English, and if so, then I will probably read it. But as I said, if I write something more about the game, I might or I might not. I'm not sure at the moment, but if I do, it's going to be underneath this video, and if I don't, then I guess that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to let the credits play in their entirety just out of the respect for the developers, but provided that there is no actual, you know, end credits scene or something, nothing else is going to happen, so you can just skip it. I'm going to post a timestamp in the description in the event there is a secret scene, so you can just skip the credits. But for now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
tribe, we share our memories clear and bright. We walk as one, our lines are bound together. We share fate, we share one fate. We share fate. Voices calling under one. A glorious vision, what may come. Now let our axes sing an anthem, the glory of all dwarfs. Protector of the free lands, we redeem our mission. We're brothers one by one. Divides the valiant sons. Bavragor, it's our destiny. We are the chosen. We are the children. We are forged in fire and made of stone. We are the guardians of the realm from the beginning till the end. We will praise the divine who will last till eternity. Forged in fire we were born. We're made of stone by our Father's hand, gave life to us and more. Then from father to son, he made us dwarves, the guardians of the land. Still we carry on, stand side by side.